So is anxiety a weakness? That's what I want to talk about in this video. This is a stereotype for sure, but even a lot of us that are going through anxiety believe this, believe it or not. And it really does come down to your belief system when it comes to getting better at all, managing your anxiety even, and for sure when it comes down to recovery, you have to change your belief system and you have to start changing your perspective. I can't stress enough how important that is in your process. If you're not excited about the process, if you don't believe in the process, why would the process work for you, right? And why would your subconscious pick up on that? And I want to narrow in on that today and hopefully can change your perspective on some things and get you moving in the right direction if you're at a standstill or if you've been regressing or you don't know where to start. It definitely starts with your belief system and changing your perspectives on some of these things, like anxiety being a weakness, or you're weak-minded, or you're not physically strong enough to get through it, or all those things. But you know what time it is, guys. Smash that like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. And I guess that'll be the question of the day, guys. Do you believe that anxiety is a weakness? And again, this is one of those videos where it could go both ways depending on what you believe, right? What your belief system is. Now, did I feel weak? I did feel weak, physically even, right? Because we deal with all these symptoms, whether it be the chest pain, all the muscle tension that can make our muscles feel weak and fatigued. We're probably not getting the best sleep or any sleep at all. And that's definitely going to make you feel physically weak. So anxiety can really make us feel and be physically weaker. If you were anything like me, you weren't doing a ton of exercise. Maybe you're afraid to work out, or you just feel like you don't have the energy to work out. So I'm not actually putting on any muscle. There are many of you that are losing weight, right? That you're dealing with weight loss. So when it comes down to, I guess, physical weakness, that's a for sure thing. Now, here's the deal. Can it make you feel mentally weak? It can make us feel down. It can make us feel defeated. We have the forgetfulness. We have the brain fog. We're bombarded with negative thoughts. But that's where I choose to believe it in a different light, right? I started to believe eventually, I had to anyways, even if it's not technically true, but I had to choose to believe that I was strong for going through this, and that at the end of the day, whenever I finally get out of this, once I started believing I was going to get out of it, I will be a stronger person, right? But I'm a strong person already for going through it, I've said this many times, I don't wish this on my worst enemy, right? So those of you that are struggling to get out of the house, those of you that are struggling to get to the grocery store, but you make it there, those of you that are white knuckling it, trying to get back home, from work, those of you that are showing up to work every day, for those of you that are getting out of bed, right, and making your bed and doing some things around the house, doing some chores, that is strength. Especially if your anxiety is as bad as mine. Like, anxiety will make you feel like you are dying. And if you have health anxiety and you don't have great acceptance, you really do feel like you're dying. You worry about that. So just getting through the day, and this is a whole, I want you to see it like this too. Think about all the people that have told you to just get over it, whether it be family members or supposed friends or acquaintances or, your boss, like, I don't know what to tell you. You better be here tomorrow. The zero sympathy, the just get over it or just relax or chill out or because they don't see what the big deal is. And for a lot of these people that, say these things, anxiety to them is not what anxiety is for us. Anxiety to them is like that time they got nervous, you know what I mean? Before they had to give a speech or something. It was that time that they felt some butterflies in their stomach, or had to pee a few times extra because they were about to go do a performance, or they, you know what I mean? They get a little bit of jittery feeling or something. No. There's levels to this. The people that watch my channel have almost crippling anxiety, if not crippling anxiety, where you're having hundreds of symptoms within one day. You know what I mean? Your chest feels like it's caving in. You feel like you're having a heart attack. Your heart's racing, pounding, palpitating all over the freaking place. You've got headaches, you've got pains all over your body, you feel weak and fatigued because of that. Your mind's all over the freaking place. You have all these crazy intrusive thoughts hitting you all at once, just wild ones, right? So you're dealing with all these different things. It's not the same thing. So that's why they're saying those things. Oh, I got anxiety one time whenever I had this. And like, we have anxiety, it almost seems like no matter what, even whenever you're starting to do everything the right way, like say you get your routine together and, you're starting to do exposure and you're trying to work with your therapist, or you're working on your root causes and all these things. You're trying to work on the way that you think. You can still expect, at least for a couple weeks, if not a little bit longer, to still have a lot of symptoms and irrational, intrusive thoughts and negative thoughts pretty much throughout most of your day. It takes time to get the momentum to go the right way, and to get the subconscious to get on board with what you're doing. And that's also why it's hard to recover, because we lack the patience. And the reason we lack the patience is because of how painful and scary the symptoms are. It is hard to stick with all those things when you have these symptoms that make you feel like you're dying, or you have these thoughts that make you feel like you're losing your mind. And if we don't get some relief from these symptoms fast enough, we doubt the system. And that kind of goes back again to belief. I will keep on coming back down to that. It pretty much in any aspect of it really does come down to your belief system, and then guess what? You don't believe in the tools. You don't believe in the process. And if you don't believe in it, you're not going to be excited about the process from a conscious perspective. And if you're not believing in it from a conscious perspective, then why would your subconscious get on board? It's over there sitting around like waiting to see if you're going to stick with it. And it might wait around like this for 3, 4, 5 weeks, just sitting here. Like, we'll see. Oh, he's still sticking it out. He's still getting up. He's still following the routine. He's still telling me to think this way. Oh, he's still doing his exposure. Okay, maybe he's serious, right? And then that's whenever the subconscious will start coming on board, and then you'll start getting some relief, and then you'll start getting your head above the water, and then that light at the end of the tunnel gets brighter and brighter and brighter. But the same thing with this anxiety is a weakness thing. First of all, put it out of your sight and mind and all that stuff when somebody is saying that anxiety is a weakness. First of all, these people don't understand. And if they ever had anxiety, they would definitely not say some of these things, okay? They don't have any experience. They don't know what you've been through. Of course, it's ugly and rude when people say these things. The reason that they're saying all this stuff is because anxiety to them, again, is butterflies in their stomach, and they think that that was horrible anxiety. No, they just don't realize how bad it can get. And if you could put the way that you feel in some of your worst moments into that person, like I said, I wouldn't want to do it to some of my worst enemies, but if there was a way to get them to feel it for like 2 or 3 seconds, they'd be like, oh my God. They would. They'd be like, oh my God, no, I was wrong. That is terrible. But guys, I choose to believe, and I chose to believe, I had to start believing this way, that we're actually strong for going through this. You're showing a lot of bravery going to the grocery store whenever you feel like you're having a heart attack, You're showing a lot of courage and strength going and showing up to work every day. I know some of us ain't got a choice, but maybe that's a good thing. But, I needed to make money at that time still. I didn't have a family yet, but, I still chose, a lot of times to skip out on work, and I would have to job hop until I started to really, be consistent with it and to do other things to make it a little bit better for me. But some of you guys are even stronger than I was, showing up to work every day, like that's amazing. I talk to a lot of people, and I've talked to many people, and I always make sure to congratulate them whenever they're telling me, they're showing up to work every day. Yeah, I go to work, I drive every day, but I feel horrible in the process. And I just try to make sure that they know that they're strong for that. You're dealing with a lot of these things, these symptoms that are making you feel like you're dying and all these thoughts. I choose to believe and chose to believe that I was strong for going through it. And once I started to make that transition, guess what? Things started to get better. If you just believe that you're weak-minded, if you believe that it's a weakness, if you believe it's, something that's just going to cripple you, then sure, I guess it is going to be true. But there's different ways of looking at things. You have to try to look at the glass half full. You can choose to think that it's a strength. And something else that made me believe that it was a strength was the skills that I was learning along the way. Like, I'm going through all these things. First of all, I'm strong for having to go through it. but I'm actually strengthening. You know what I mean? Like I am becoming more of a go-getter than what I was before I had the anxiety. I'm becoming more patient. I'm having more gratitude than I used to have. I'm allowing myself to be present. You know, I'm sticking with the workout even better than I was before I had my anxiety. I'm eating healthier than what I used to eat. I'm dropping some of these bad habits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to grow in so many different aspects along the process that after this thing is over, it's like you're going to level up. And you can choose to believe that anxiety is just a sign that you need to grow and level up to handle the rest of your life. You are being equipped whenever you gain these skills along the way. And again, that's just the way that I choose to look at it. Some people might say, you're crazy, Trey. This is just horrible. This is just hell. And guys, I've been there. We can choose to look at it as just a nightmare and just a horrible thing that's happening to us, and this sucks and I'm never going to get out of it. But I can almost promise you, if you believe that and that's the way that you think, then you really won't. When it comes to anxiety, and I know sometimes maybe some people get lucky even if they think that, but when it comes to anxiety, I really do believe that you have to look at things in a different light, and you do have to believe that you're going to get out of the storm to get out of the storm. I really do. And I was there, guys. Like, we will get into these ruts, man, and we will get down on ourselves, and I almost feel like it's like a comfort to just feel sorry for ourselves sometimes. And I'm not trying to down anybody by saying this. I'm just being honest, because sure, if I felt this way, I'm sure some of you do. It becomes easier to just say, oh, of course, or great, I'm dealing with that again. Oh, here's a new symptom. Every time I get over an old symptom, here's a new one. Great, of course it's showing up whenever I get here to work. You just get into that funk, man. And of course, again, the symptoms and the negative thoughts don't make it easy to change. But we have to change the way that we think, and we have to be optimistic whenever we're having these symptoms long enough to give our subconscious some hope that things can change. So I was all over the place in this video. I usually sometimes do that, but I guess when it comes down to the title, is anxiety a weakness? You know, there was a time that I did believe that, you know, I really did. And then there was a transition where I started to look at it as a strength, you know, but I guess it took me gaining skills and starting to stick with things to start being able to look at it that way. But I chose to believe that. I hope you choose to believe that it's a strength, that you're strong for going through this. I know it makes us feel physically weak. It doesn't help when we have the tension and we're not getting a lot of sleep. But whenever I'm talking about as far as a weakness, I'm really referring to weak-minded. No, you're not. It's not your fault that you've gone through some of the trauma that you've gone through. That's not your fault. That's not a weakness. You know, some of the strongest people have anxiety. Some of the most smartest people have anxiety. A lot of people that you think have it all together have got anxiety. There are people that you don't know that have really, really bad anxiety, whether it be a family member or a coworker, and they just seem like they're always winning and they always got a smile on their face. They may go home and cry, you know, they may go home and suffer just like we are. Maybe they just put a different face on, you know what I mean? But I've talked to martial arts fighters, right? Combat sport fighters, boxers, that have told me that they can get in a ring and fight with anybody, and anxiety makes them feel, you know, defenseless, basically, and can make them feel weak and make them more fearful than any of that, right? So it's a strength, guys, in the end. At least I choose to view it that way. You know, I'm dealing and having to process trauma and get through things and adversities, whether it be somebody that died or somebody that was wrong to me, or a divorce, or whatever it is that you're going through that caused your anxiety. You are strong for going through that process, first of all, and you're strong waking up every day, putting one foot in front of the other, and trying to better yourself. Okay, so that's the way I view it. That's the way I choose to view it. But if you made it this far, guys, go down below in the comment section, and yeah, we'll put a great affirmation. Anxiety is not a weakness. Anxiety is not a weakness. Thank you for watching today, guys. Please like this video if you got some value. And if you want more help with your recovery process, check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. I'm going to put that down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. And subscribe if you're new, guys. I love you all. More videos are coming. Bye.